Hello, everyone. Welcome to 3 o'clock with Stock. Thanks for being with us. Happy Friday. Give me just a second to introduce people to the interpretation line in Spanish. Buenas tardes, feliz viernes a todas las personas que nos están viendo ahora. Como siempre, ustedes pueden escuchar esta información en español a través de nuestra línea de interpretación. Hay que marcar 646-749-3122 y luego hay que introducir la contraseña, cual es 779-328-221. And I just want to remind everyone too that these videos always appear on our Facebook and YouTube page. So even if you can't be with us live at 3 o'clock, those videos are always available to you again through our Facebook and our YouTube page. So visit us there, give us a like, comment on our posts, like our posts, whatever you want to do to engage with us. We are very active always on our Facebook page especially. So check us out and watch these videos after the fact, and always comment on the videos after the fact too, even if you're watching them at a later time. And I would love to have your engagement now. So if you're watching, go ahead and say hello in the comments, give us a thumbs up, give us a heart, whatever you want to do to let us know that you're watching here with us today. We've got a great video for you today, so I'm not even going to waste any time. We'll get right into that. We have the Benedict Center, who graciously came on with us today and did an interview with Andrea Rodriguez, our leadership coordinator. So we'll go ahead and play that right away for you.
Hello, my name is Andrea Rodriguez, and I'm the leadership coordinator for Southside Organizing Center. Joining me again today is Jean Geraci. She's the executive director of the Benedict Center. Hello, welcome again.
Thank you, Drea. It's so good to be here.
Excellent. Why don't you go ahead and remind our viewers a little bit about yourself and your organization?
Sure. So I'm the director of the Benedict Center, and the Benedict Center provides women in the criminal justice system with counseling, support, and advocacy so that they can find hope and lead safer and healthier lives. We offer women an alternative to incarceration, and we also help women successfully re-enter if they have been incarcerated. We also advocate for a more just criminal justice system, and that includes making sure that people in the community who have substance use disorders, trauma, and poverty get the help that they need in the community instead of criminalizing them.
Absolutely, absolutely. And we're so thankful that Southside Organizing Center has a partnership with your organization to making sure that we let residents understand about these services. Let us know a little bit more details about the resources and programs you all offer.
Thank you. Well, you could think about it as three main programs: the Women's Harm Reduction Program, which is basically an outpatient counseling center for women. Generally, women are referred there by courts or their PO in order to get the treatment that they need. We also have a women's reentry program, which works with women inside the House of Correction while they're there and helps them as they come back into the community. And then what I hope we talk most about today is our Sisters program. The Sisters program is designed to help women in the street-based sex trade get the help that they need in order to have some options and live a better and safer life. And I could tell you a little bit more about how the Sisters program works. So the Sisters program is very much a neighborhood-based program, and that's part of why we're here and working so closely with SOC. We want to go where the women are. So we have a street outreach team, and we have a drop-in center on the south side. We also have one up on the north side. But our drop-in center is designed for women to just be able to literally drop in. They don't need an appointment. They can come as they are, no judgment, and we can start to help them with the things that they need. Sometimes that's respite. A lot of women are homeless and they don't have a chance to really have a safe place to even rest and collect their thoughts. Sometimes it's about crisis management because they've just been assaulted or hurt in some sort of way. But whatever it is that they need, we work to try and connect them to that, and then walk with them for the long haul, the long term.
Excellent. And we're so thankful these vulnerable residents have you as a resource and able to come in and drop in, like you stated. Let us know a little bit about some of the statistics or numbers regarding street-based sex trade, so our residents and our viewers understand how this is impacting life on the South Side for everyone included.
Sure. Well, I don't think it's any surprise at all if you're a resident or a stakeholder on the South Side that there are women who appear to be trading sex, and that you might see them walking up and down certain streets. Based on some of the more recent research we did, just looking at arrest numbers, the number of people who have been arrested for prostitution, there were probably about 700 unduplicated women that were arrested in a 3-year period in the whole city. And 83% of those arrests were concentrated in 2 police districts, on the north side in Police District 3 and on the near south side, Police District 2. 83% of the arrests were concentrated there, which really backs up what we know for in those neighborhoods, which is that there seems to be a concentration of activity in those areas. We also believe that those numbers are not the total number. It's very much undercounted. And one of the great difficulties is understanding and not knowing how many women who are out there are actually being trafficked. How many women out there are actually being controlled through their drug addiction or threat of violence to be trading sex for someone else's gain. So when you're just looking, you really can't tell the difference. But regardless, even for women who are trading sex because they have a substance use disorder or they're homeless and they're trading sex for a place to stay for the night, they are subject to a lot of violence and a lot of trauma and a lot of hardship. It's no one's out there because it's a really great way to live. They're out there because they don't feel like they have any other options. And so our program is really designed to try and help build trust, build hope, and provide as many of those options as we can. And when those options are lacking, then we're organizing to try and create those options.
And we're so grateful for that, especially that we can bring Benedict Center onto the forum so we can let residents and our viewers understand this is not necessarily about women just quitting, taking a drug or, deciding to go ahead and get, housing. It's not that easy. There's a lot of complications that come with this process. Can you let our residents know a little bit about that?
Yeah, so when we started on a shoestring, we very quickly learned, the women told us, one of the number one barriers for them to really be able to move forward with their lives is that they're homeless. And people might say, well, if you're homeless, go to a homeless shelter. Well, the reality is in Milwaukee, we don't have enough beds for all of the homeless people that are there. Also, a homeless shelter means you might have shelter, but you're still homeless. So we need to get into housing. And so that has been one big stumbling block. Another issue is drug treatment. You might think, well, if you're addicted to heroin, go get treatment if that's what you need. And I was sharing earlier with you, and we're going to share the story with residents today, sadly. There are treatment centers, but there are also wait lists. There's wait lists for residential treatment. There's wait lists for methadone and Suboxone clinics, which are proven to be very effective for heroin or opioid use disorders, but there's these wait lists. And so recently we lost somebody that we were working with. It had taken weeks to build trust with her, to even have conversations with her. We were able to get her into some emergency shelter, but she had a 2-week wait to get into the clinic for Suboxone. And while she was waiting, she overdosed and we lost her. So it is really a matter of life and death that we get enough services, life-saving services lined up for people when they need them. And so that's one of the things where we do as much as we can with the resources we have, but we also know we need partners in order to bring more resources to the table and really make an impact on this issue.
Exactly. And we're so grateful that that seems to be happening now. We have Empower, if you want to let our residents know about that one. I'm really excited to be that second partnership with this. Let us know a little bit about those work groups.
This is my passion project, Drea, because with direct services, we can only do so much. But if we can form partnerships, we can create system level changes, and then we can really make a difference. Milwaukee is small enough where if we said we want to help 700 women be able to get into housing and overcome their substance use so they don't need to be out on the streets, we could do that. That's within our reach, but we have to get the partnerships together and we have to demonstrate that it's what the community wants. So Empower is a partnership. The Benedict Center, the Milwaukee Police Department, the Milwaukee County Housing Division, the Medical College of Wisconsin, and SOC are the sort of leads of that organization and or this collaboration. And we've gotten lots more partners since we've begun: social services, other parts of the criminal justice system, other neighborhood associations. And the idea is, how do we find real solutions to this very old problem? And so we're approaching it with the idea that if we need to not arrest women, arresting women doesn't work. We've been arresting women. Has the problem gone away? Not really. And for women, it doesn't solve their problems. It doesn't change anything. You're locked up in jail, nothing magically changes. And now you might have even more problems because now you have a record that keeps you from housing, keeps you from employment in the future. So instead of arresting, how can we divert women to the services that they need? Housing, treatment, advocacy, that long-term recovery support that women really need. So we have 3 sort of work groups in our collaboration: community engagement, which is Drea and yours truly. We have the continuum of services work group and the criminal justice work group. Would you like me to share a little bit about our progress so far?
Yeah, why don't you let us know a little bit about our progress and the fact that even though we have our breakout meetings, we also have our stakeholder meetings that are quarterly, and one's coming up. Maybe you can let us know a little bit about that.
Sure thing. The Continuum of Services Committee is really designed to make sure that we have all the services that women need when they need them. And I was talking earlier about how we have those shortages of services. So it's about how do we use the resources we have now, and how do we find ways to get enough funding to fill in those gaps, right? The Criminal Justice Committee is really focusing on how law enforcement and the criminal justice system can refer women to those services instead of arresting them. And I really want to give credit here to District 2's Captain Salazar, because he is willing to try something new. He has assigned 2 of the community liaison officers to do outreach to women and offer them a connection to the source resources and services that could help them. And so it's super, super new, but we hope that it can really demonstrate how police can play a helping role for the women and help connect them to the services that we're building now. And then there's the Community Engagement Committee, and SOC is a very important partner here. Andrea has been heading up those efforts to really help make sure that residents have a voice at this table. And we don't want to just inform you about what we're doing, but we want to engage you and invite you to the table and share your ideas and help us develop these solutions, because everybody in the neighborhood is impacted by the street-based sex trade and everything that's surrounding it. So your voice, your input is key. And so that's partly why we're doing this interview, but also there's going to be a District 2 crime and safety meeting coming up. And this would be a great opportunity for you to be able to come in person, socially distanced, and our whole partnership will be there to talk more about this project. Thank you. So we're going to be presenting more about the Empower project, but it'll also be an opportunity for you to be able to ask questions while we're live, and we can actually respond in kind. So you can see it's Wednesday, May 19th at 6 p.m. at Cristo Rey Jesuit High School, which is on National Avenue, 1818 West National Avenue. So this will also be broadcast live on Facebook if you're not able to get there in person. And so please mark your calendars if you can make it Wednesday, May 19th at 6 p.m. at Cristo Rey for a presentation about Empower, but also an opportunity to have a conversation with the police captain, with Housing Division, with Benedict Center, and some of our other partners.
Excellent. And also, I just want to let our viewers know, if they are able to be present at the crime and safety meeting, they will be having COVID-19 protocols and masks, so making sure that everyone's aware of that.
Yeah, safety is number one on all levels. So, but we want to give that opportunity. Another way that residents could get involved would be to invite us to come and give a presentation. If you have a church group, a civic group, a block club, a business organization, we'd be more than happy to come and just meet with your group and have dialogue and conversation there. And then, of course, you can always stay informed through SOC, 3 o'clock at SOC, and the other ways that SOC keeps residents informed and in the know.
Excellent, and we appreciate that. And yes, to all residents, we'll be having some links shared in the comments, links to not only the Benedict Center, but if you also need to reach out for SOC, if you need any assistance with Spanish translation, if you want to help out someone, we're happy to help you with that.
Mm-hmm.
As we have you though, let us know really quickly, how can residents best help a neighbor that they suspect may be involved in street-based sex trade? What advice can you give viewers for that?
This is a great question, Drea. So first of all, as we were saying before, we want to think about safety. So if you know somebody, I mean, you really actually know their name, or you're on a talking basis with them because they're regularly visiting your business, or they live next door, or they're somewhere where you're on a talking basis, a friendly talking basis, then by all means, let them know, if they don't already, that there are some resources out there, the Sisters program being one of them, and that they could come to the Sisters program. The drop-in center is inside the Hope House at on 209 West Orchard Street, and they can, during the day, come by any time to be connected, or to keep a lookout for our street outreach van that does outreach throughout the neighborhood. If you can't remember the address or the phone number, you can just call 211 and ask about the Sisters program, and they'll be able to put you in touch with us. So all you really have to remember, Sisters, 211. When things open up a bit more, we were talking about how we might be able to make some flyers and some outreach cards, and that could be something you could come by the Sisters program and pick up, or come get at SOC when SOC is able to open up again. And then you would have those cards in your pocket, and you could certainly share them with people. Again, people that you know, people that you're talking to. It might not be the safest thing if you're inside your house, you're seeing people you don't know, and you think that they might need help, but you don't know if there's a sex trafficker that's kind of watching. It could be unsafe for you, it could be unsafe for her. So in that case, we would ask that you give us a call and let us know where you're seeing activity, when you're seeing activity, and then we will do our best with our limited resources to have our street outreach team make sure that when they're doing their rounds, they can make a stop there and try and connect with people at the time that might be happening. It's not a guarantee. We don't have resources to be able to dispatch someone in real time. I don't want to mislead you there, but do give us a call at 414-346-4406. That's 346-4406, and let us know what you're seeing, what your concerns are, and we can try and make a point to reach out to women there. If you are Spanish speaking, I would recommend calling Drea or calling SOC, and then they can get the message to us just to make sure that.
Excellent. And we'll be sure to add the phone number in the comments as well, so everyone can get that easily. And like you mentioned earlier, if it's safety first, if it's not someone that you're maybe related to or don't have a real friendship with, be mindful of that. And also, because of your office hours, people can leave a voicemail as well, if it's something to follow up with, if it's after office hours. So make sure that's clear for everyone. And that's the same for Southside Organizing Center. Please leave a voicemail. We're happy to follow up with you and get you the info and the help that you need. Any other last things that you want to add? Any other contact info links I know we'll be adding the website to the comments as well, but
Yeah.
anything else you want to add to the conversation?
I think the biggest thing I would like to emphasize is that we need resident support for these new solutions that we're trying to bring to old problems. And so, in order to encourage the police to continue to work with Empower and try and connect women to the resources that they need that can really help them change their lives, in order to get more funding for the housing and the treatment programs that we need, we really need resident support. So to let your alder people know, your elected officials know, leaders in your community, even the police captain, let them know, hey, I heard about the Empower project. That sounds like something promising. Thanks for trying something new. We really, we want to do something about these issues. We want to do something that works. Your support on that level is probably the most, is the biggest contribution that you could make. Of course, we want you to be genuine about it. So we want you to understand as much as you can about it. We want to hear from you. We want to be in partnership and really make this work for everybody.
Absolutely. And if there's any viewers or organizations out there that would like to be a part of the Empower program, or, just be involved in some way, please don't hesitate to reach out to SOC. You can also email me at andrea@socmilwaukee.org. Happy to follow up with you and get you involved. This is definitely all hands on deck, and I think really committing to having that housing first approach and knowing that, arresting our way out of this is not the solution. So we're very grateful for that, and we love our partnership with the Benedict Center. Thank you so much for all that you do, and we look forward to connecting again.
Thanks so much.
All right, gracias.
Gracias a ti.
Thank you so much to Drea and to Benedict Center for that interview. A lot of important information. And like they were saying, please reach out to SOC if you have any questions or want to get involved, or to the Benedict Center directly. And now I'll bring on Marlene to give us our COVID update for today. Hey.
Hello, thank you. All right, so I have a couple of updates for you guys today. I did go over them yesterday regarding phase 6. So I just want to reiterate that beginning Tuesday, June 15th, the city of Milwaukee will transition out of phase 6 and away from many COVID-19 restrictions. So there will be limits on, there will be limitations such as there will be continuous social distancing and wearing your mask. But limits on gathering size and occupancy will be lifted for businesses and events. City officials will continue to recommend social distancing whenever possible. Those hosting events after June 15th will not need to submit a safety plan. However, masks will continue to be enforced indoors. So yesterday, the CDC, or the Center for Disease Control and Prevention, eased mask wearing guidance for fully vaccinated people, allowing them to stop wearing masks outdoors in crowds and in most indoor settings. Now, that is a recommendation from the CDC, but for Wisconsin and for Milwaukee, we need to follow the policies and ordinances that the state and city will be putting in place. So it's okay if the CDC says that, but essentially everyone will be following what the state and the city release. But here's, we do have to wait a few days because Mayor Tom Barrett said the city's face mask ordinance could be amended to only require their use indoors, as Thursday's updated CDC guidance poses new questions on reinforcement. But he also stated that, and I quote, "I will be sitting down with our health commissioner and others in the health department to see what impact this will have, if any, on the changes we're looking for." So we're still waiting on our leaders and health officials to get back to us on how this new CDC guidance will influence our mask wearing policies indoors and outdoors moving forward. But I'd like to let you all know that for we have a green light to essentially try to go back to normalcy, but it is going to take us a little bit of time. So that being said, I'm going to go ahead and share with you guys a link here so we can check out the current COVID-19 numbers in Milwaukee. I'm going to go to 7 days. And as we can see here, the 53215 zip code is still the highest. There's been a total of 10,200. Wait a minute, this is not. 1 second. Yeah, 1 second. Okay, here we go. This is the updated for the past 7 days. So the 53215 zip code had a total of 22 COVID cases. And then the other zip code that we'll look at is the 53204, which had 21 cases. It's looking pretty good. It's no longer in red. It's more in the yellow, which is great. If we look here by age group, the number of cases by age, we see here that the highest is 25 to 34-year-olds, but the second highest now is those that are 15 and under. So those teenagers are out and about. And then coming in third is 15 to 24-year-olds. I want to reiterate that if you have not gotten your COVID vaccine, please do so. If you have had COVID before, please still get your COVID vaccine. Numbers are decreasing slowly, but surely we will get there in order for us to stop mutations from continuing and in order to stop mutations from happening with the COVID virus, we need to get vaccinated. Essentially, mutations happen when the virus spreads more and more into different people, and that causes a stronger COVID-19 virus to arise, and that spreads more, right? And then that way we don't put a stop to it. But if you're vaccinated, you can put a stop to it. The Black or African American community right now has the highest number of cases. It stands at 172 cases, which is 57.7% of the individuals that have had COVID. Coming in second is the Hispanic or Latino X community with 52 cases, and then the white community coming in third, and we have the Asian community at 9 total cases coming in last at 2.9%. So I want to go ahead and share another update for you guys. I like to share now the COVID vaccination rate that is happening in Wisconsin and Milwaukee. So if you go to dhs.wisconsin.gov/COVID-19/vaccine data, we will put that link for you guys in the comment section. But if you go to this link in the Department of Health Services site, you'll see that there's this little scale here, and it tells us how far we are before we reach 80% herd immunity. And essentially, they're basing herd immunity right now off of individuals that are getting vaccinated, and they're slowly but surely getting other numbers of those that have already gotten COVID, because those two things establish what herd immunity is. So for right now, they're currently looking at herd immunity for vaccinations, and we're currently at 44.9%. So it's moving up. It's moving up. Now it's moving up slowly. In the beginning, it was a very high increase in those getting vaccinated, but now it's coming to a steady, continuous plateau. And if we can see here by age group, the individuals that have the highest number of vaccinations are 65 and up. Coming in second is 55 to 64, and it drops after that. Those that are 12 to 15-year-olds can now get vaccinated. So you can go to your closest vaccination location by going to vaccine.org. It'll give you the closest location to you. You have to get the Pfizer vaccine. No other vaccine will work to give to 12 to 15-year-olds. And yeah, so it's getting higher. Now, if we look at Milwaukee by itself, we're at 42.5%, which is 402,281 people in Milwaukee that have received at least one dose of the vaccine. 36.1%, or 341,771 of those residents have completed the full series altogether, which is really good. Out of the 4 million individuals that have been vaccinated in the entire United States, 2 million of those individuals are from Wisconsin. So Wisconsin is leading the vaccination rate right now, and it's something to be grateful for. It means that we're moving forwards to possible normalcy. Those are all of the updates I have for you guys for today. I'll be sharing those links in the comments section, but for now, please be safe, take precautions, go get vaccinated, socially distance, and wash your hands. Bye.
Thanks for all the info, Marlene. We're going to keep moving on with more updates and bring on Travis for a safety update.
Hello, everyone. So what can we talk about? Okay, so if you haven't seen it already, it's on our Facebook, the One Family, the One Bag, the One Block Cleanup. Please sign up, and we'll drop off a kit of a couple bags, mask, gloves, and then coupons to go to the zoo for free starting in June. So if you're interested in that, please sign up on our Facebook or contact us. Let us know so we can get you signed up and get those kits over to you. Also, what else is there? So it's important because right now we gotta keep those storm drains clean because it will be raining again, and it's pretty bad. Sometimes you can't even tell there's a storm drain there because of so much garbage. So please, if you're able to pick up the front of your house, so sign up, and we'll give you these big bags we got from Keep Greater Milwaukee Beautiful and the coupons from the zoo. So yeah, check it out. Also, stay tuned because in June, July, and August, we're going to be doing some reckless driving meetings to sign up for pledges. And then if you do so, you get a club steering wheel lock for your car. Because right now in District 2, auto thefts over 72% from last year. So it's just a ridiculous rate. So especially if you have a Kia, a Hyundai, or a Honda, the rates for theft are just way high. So stay tuned for that. You can contact us for more information on that. We'll be coming out with a flyer for that and more information on the forum. So stay tuned for that. Also, District 2, May 19th, crime and safety meeting. It's at Cristo Rey High School. So if you've never seen the high school, you want to come check it out. It's brand new. Come to the meeting at 6 o'clock. It's at 1818 West National Avenue. It's a nice new building. And then also they're going to have Gene Geraci from the Benedict Center and the Empower, and Stephanie Nowak from the county who's doing the housing outreach. She'll be there talking about the whole program and the Benedict Center and how they're helping people. So, and it's also, if you don't feel comfortable being in person, it will be live on Facebook, District 2 Facebook. And the week after that, District 6 will also have an in-person crime and safety meeting at the horse stables. So you can check out their Facebook at District 6. So yeah, other than that, if you see any street lights out, please report it. 414-286-CITY. Call in, report it. It's the only way they know is if you call and report that the street lights are out. If you're interested in doing a cleanup, you want the cleanup pack, contact us. Other than that, I think that's pretty much it. Secure your cars. If you hear shots fired, please call the police. The non-emergency number, 414-933-444, and then 911 as the emergency number. So please contact them so they know what's going on in your neighborhood. All right, that's all I got.
Thank you, Travis and Marlene, for those updates. We're very thankful to have such knowledgeable and awesome staff to be informing folks of what's happening. So that is all we have for you today. Again, please fill out our survey and we'll leave you all with a survey promo. Have a great weekend. Sign up for that for the cleanups that SOC has that we have on our Facebook page. And just take an hour or so this weekend to clean up your block, and it would mean a lot to us at SOC and a lot to the community. So thank you, everyone. Have a great weekend, and we'll see you on Monday.
Has this live forum been informative and useful to you? What part of the forum could be improved or changed to make it better? Please take a quick survey that's located in the comments section so that we can keep 3 o'clock with SOC going for residents. Thank you for tuning in.